Hi guys, it's LG Shaft, and this is Zergling Roundup. This is going to be part 2. We're going to look at 2 more best of 3s with our guest tonight. His ID, the one, the only, the legendary. It is Infinity 7 jEcho. This is where you say hi.
Hello.
What's up, buddy? So you've knocked out 2 opponents, 2-0. Do you think it's going to be that easy here on the next 2 games?
I hope so.
All right. So we're going into ZVT. We've seen you do this Ling Baneling Ultra style. Talk to me a little bit about Ultras versus Broodlords and how you feel about them, because people are kind of bipolar on this subject.
Broodlords are definitely stronger overall. They're the army that you make when you want to fight and actually win. I typically go with Ultras because if I have a superior economy, I can fight with the Ultras, lose, and then do it a second time, and I should be able to win against this cripple army.
By lose, do you mean like losing the
lose all of the Ultras, lose almost all the Zerglings, and as long as my macro is good, I should be able to remake just about everything. You typically try not to throw away the Infestors because they don't actually have to get into shooting range to do their damage.
Okay, and Infestors, because that seems really clutch in what you're doing here. What is their role in the Ling Ultra Infestor style?
They stop everything from moving. Without Infestors, you would have no way to catch drops, and Marine Marauder would just stim and kite your Ultras forever if you had no Infestors.
Okay. Any Infestor control tips for anyone who maybe wants to like copy your style? Because I know a lot of people after watching this will probably get a bunch of views in its lifetime. That's such a scientific number, a bunch of views. But anyway, if they wanted to do what you do, how would they do that?
Focus mostly on your mechanics, your macro, injecting and creep spread. Really, you don't attack until you have Broodlords or Ultras, so you shouldn't even be thinking about it. And Infestors actually fungal. The range is like that of a Colossus, so that's what you kind of have to aim for when you're shooting off your fungals, not running right up next to the bio and then fungaling them.
Okay. I've heard some people mention that when using Infestors, it's better to, I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember this exactly. If you aren't careful, like if you right-click your Infestors somewhere and you fungal one of them, they all aren't going to stop, so you have to be really careful in how you control them. I've heard a bunch of different people have a bunch of different methods of how they control their Infestors with that taken into consideration. How do you do it?
I move them. I just let them all go forward. I know you're not supposed to do it, but I kind of can't help it. If you're really on top of your control, you can grab whichever Infestor has the big purple bar over his head and send him forward alone. Mm-hmm. I guess an easier way would be to actually get them close to where you want them to fungal and then tell them all to back up and then cast fungal. That way everybody runs back except for the guy who's going to cast the fungal. But typically I just make sure that there's units near them, my units near them, and then I just let everybody go forward.
Oh, okay. So you're not really concerned if you lose a couple of Infestors to splash damage?
Well, no, because if it's like tanks, you really shouldn't be, unless you're confident you're going to win the fight, you shouldn't be running into sieged up tanks anyways. So if he's not sieged up, he's not spread out, then I guess the risk is worth it that I may lose some Infestors, but I also might get like some of the best fungals off.
Okay, that's a lot of good information, man. Thank you. You about ready to get this started?
Yep, I'm ready to go.
Okie doke. Well, we're moving into this first game on Ohana. We've seen what you've got up your sleeve. Hey, maybe you got a new shirt. We'll find out. Okay.
All right. This is going to be game 1 of jEcho against Corlith. It's going to be on Ohana. That is the default first map. It's going to be a TVZ, and this is best 3 series.
All right, so here on the bottom right-hand side of the map, we have my good friend Tebow's teammate. So I'm going to let him tell you all about him.
Well, the purple Terran known as, you'll see him as SED Corliss, but his tag is actually Animax Corliss. He's a good friend of mine. His name is Fraser Bain. We have a song made for him, but I won't sing it.
No, sing it, sing it, sing it.
No.
Peer
No,
pressure, sing it.
That's not for the time. It's a team thing.
Oh, I'm supposed to be a ref. I'm supposed to be a ref. No. I was
Oh
gonna
yeah,
ask
we're
him
not
to
ref.
sing it. All right,
Oh.
so here on the top left-hand side of the map, we have his opponent, our guest for the night, a player of much renown, Infinity 7 jEcho.
Yeah, buddy.
So, Corliff, what does he tend to like to do in TVZ, and why does he do it?
Well, he does his own thing. He's very creative, I think.
Absolutely. We
He-
saw him Monday, I think, on Zergling Roundup. He jshowed us some great games. Didn't drop even a set, which is actually a record for this show. jEcho's
Yeah.
giving him a good run for his money, though, because jEcho hasn't dropped a game. Let's see if Corliff can keep his victory. He has a chance to prove it head on. So,
Definitely. So yeah, if we see Corliss go late game, we're gonna see a bunch of very creative builds come out of him. He really likes battle cruisers, really likes ravens, and he really likes mech. So he says he's not very good with bio in ZVT. So
he says that. I've seen otherwise.
well, we'll see what happens here.
We will. Now, we do have that one Rax build out of him. He left his depot down. Oh, my.
I think he did it on purpose so he can get a free drone kill.
Maybe. Actually, it does seem that way because he pulled that depot up immediately. He doesn't seem like the kind of player who'd leave a depot down, but he's about to lose an SCV. What the hell?
Oh.
Are you nervous?
Are you nervous?
Well, that's the only thing I can think. This guy is an amazing player. I mean, but it is jEcho. His drones do more damage. Okay, and so we've got a pull down for jEcho. He's going for that hatch build. We know he's doing the gasless expand, and that's pretty common. One Rax Expo from Corliff, also very common. So this looks like it may turn out to be a fairly standard game, but yeah, I doubt that very much.
I think even just the drone getting in there and harassing the SCVs kind of messed Corliss up a bit because he usually sends the first Marine and then the second Marine right away to the natural and builds a bunker to try to get some drones to get pulled. But it's a little too late for that now, obviously, because there's Lings on the field.
Poor guy, but he is going to send his first 3 Marines. This is probably just... Well, he's got that bunker, so a little light pressure kind of wasted, though. Well, he's going back with the 3 more Marines trying to rebuild that bunker. He's going to force some more Lings. Okay.
Well, it's not really actually to force Lings. The purpose of this bunker is to deny creep spread.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen someone do something like this just for creep spread.
Yeah, because obviously you're going to get the first creep tumor down, which will allow you to put a creep tumor down at the top of the ramp, and you'll get that one down as well. But that's the furthest it's going to go.
Okay. Fair enough. Now, in theory, couldn't he jump the, well, he's actually just about to lose a queen, actually. Couldn't he just jump over these rocks?
What do you mean? You mean Echo, or?
Well, yeah, Echo. Couldn't he just lay a tumor? Yep, he's about to do it. He's going to lay a tumor down here and just jump down.
Well, yeah, you had to do that anyways. But I mean, like, this is the fastest way is to go down your natural ramp.
Fair enough. So it's going to delay and deny a little bit of creep spread. Cool.
And then, obviously, if he tries to send Lings at it, he's going to lose a few Lings, so...
jEcho scouting into Corliff's base, sees those 3 barracks, says, okay, I'm fine, pulls that Overlord back. Now, he missed the fact that a starport is being produced as well, and that's a big tell.
Yeah. Just one more thing, I mean, because Corliss went for that quick command center, Echo went for, that relatively fast hatchery last game. We're not seeing him do that this game because he actually can't get a drone 02 this third.
Fair enough. Now we see 2 guys on the gas at the natural of jEcho. So yet again, him and his 2 guys on gas shenanigans.
Well, I guess it's for his economy, so
2
we'll let
Evos
it
on the way,
slide.
as well as a Viking. We've got Stimpack, Hellions. Tech Lab is being produced on one barracks, reactor on the other. Dude, this is gonna be some epic TVZ.
2 tech labs. So it must be combat shield, and he must be going for a pretty good timing here, I guess.
I find it interesting jEcho getting this macro hatch. It makes sense because he can't get this third up anytime soon. He's going to have to knock this rock down. So getting that third macro hatch is going to allow him to stay on top of his production while he's getting this layer. He's getting 1-1 upgrades. Ling speed is finishing. He seems to always start 1-1 just as Ling speed finishes. I like the consistency of his timing. A lot of Lings on the field. He's probably going to try to flood out and eliminate these Hellions on the map before they get to some kind of critical number.
That is a lot of lanes.
He has to have something in planned at the very least. Now, can Corliss see up there to see how many Lings there are?
Well, I think he's about to.
Yeah, definitely. Spinecrawler moving down to absorb a little bit of damage as those Lings are going to wrap around. I like the transfuses on the Spinecrawler to keep it safe. As soon as Spinecrawler is down, he's going to wrap around with those Lings. That will be the end of this bunker, but the Hellions are getting a lot of free Ling kills. Those Lings are not drones. So
You should see a third go down immediately here. There it goes. And another macro hatch, wow.
jEcho has shown himself to use a lot of macro hatches. We saw him use five hatches on 3 bases. Then he took 2 more bases, so he was on 7 hatches and not even mining from the other 2. Pretty good.
Well, he has a lot of larvae right now. There's 14 larvae just sitting around, so don't know what he's saving for here.
He's also floating 1,1600 minerals. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, he's got Ventral Sacs on the way. He's got Overlord Speed finishing up, 1-1 finishing up, making a lot of links. His Infestation Pit also finishing up, starting a second Infestation Pit. jEcho, are you nervous?
Marauder Hellion.
2-2 upgrades on the way for jEcho.
Oh, a second infestation, but yeah, you're right, wow.
Oopsie.
Oh, the Hellions got surrounded.
And the Marauders will be cleaned up. Dude, these queens are worth their weight in gold, aren't they? Holy crap.
Oh, definitely.
Those one Spinecrawler dealt with a bunker rush almost by itself. I mean, the Lings helped, yeah, but the Lings were mostly a distraction while the Queens healed the Spinecrawler. Spinecrawler did most of the heavy lifting there.
I feel like Corliss build, if you have that bunker on the low ground there, I feel like you should make a quick third command center. So you might as well try and take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's definitely true, but players do like to keep that macro OC just for the mules and the SCV production as well. Ling's doing work on these Hellions yet again for sticking to this heavy infantry style. He says he's not good with infantry.
He is killing a lot of Lings right now, so he's definitely keeping jEcho on his toes, so that's what we want here, so.
jEcho cannot feel safe at any point.
But what Corliss needs to do is scanning, clear up some creep tumors. Oh, he's gonna get this third hatch. He's in a great position with his units right now.
There's so many medevacs here as well, and that is what's keeping his army alive. Pick up and leave. Beautiful.
jEcho did not want to lose that third, and he's teching the hive right now. He cannot afford not to have those 5th and 6th gases mining.
I don't know. He's shown a proclivity towards Lings, and he doesn't get that 5th or 6th gas at least for another 2 minutes. So this may not be as big a deal as it would against a Broodlord player, because jEcho and his Lings, man.
Yeah, he does have a lot of Lings, and Corliss actually usually gets Blue Flame, which kind of surprises me that he doesn't have it right now, but.
Yeah, we'll probably see that next game. Okay, we've got a 4th base being taken now by jEcho, who's actually about 48 supply now behind.
It's really far behind the supply.
with adrenal glands, we will have 33 cracklings out on the map in a short time.
Yeah, his upgrades are pretty amazing. Oh, do we have infestors out yet? No, not yet.
So,
He actually hasn't even upgraded pathogen glands. What is going on here?
yeah, definitely. Now, the creep spread of jEcho is definitely not what it has been in the last couple of games, and this is due in large part
Ooh, a
to
big
Corvus'
surround
pressure.
coming. Gotta pick up. He's gotta pick up. More. This will
So,
probably cause Echo to counterattack, yeah.
well, most of Corlitz's army is in those medevacs, but he's got a small group of units here at his third. He can get in
Wow.
position in the bunker. Lings being sent on into that third after a moment's hesitation. Will it be enough?
That was a lot of hesitation.
Very wise of Corlitz not to knock down his own rocks. That would expose him to Ling run-bys.
And you know what? He actually does not even have a baneling nest.
There are
This is
109 Lings on the map.
yeah, and that's literally all he can do because he can't make infestors right now without the
Oh
adrenal
my
glands.
god! He's doing a 3-3 adrenal gland drop. He's gonna harass his opponent with pure Ling. He's not getting Aspire. He's not getting Ultralisks. His plan from the mid-game, which his opponent has kind of played right on into.
Oh, he just scanned, but Jack was gonna wait. Now it's gonna be he scanned again.
Well, he may not.
Alright.
His opponent knows that. Okay, Corlith has made a Viking. jEcho knows that a Viking has been made because it's been hunting overlords. The fact is, he just pulled back a bunch of overlords that could be read as a response to the Viking. So it may not give anything away.
Alright, we do have a factory with the tech lab on it, so you might see that blue flame Hellion.
Little drop
I'd really
here
like
at
to
the
see
fourth.
it. Okay, he is actually getting siege tech and blue flame at the same time, but it will not be in time. Maybe, actually, I don't know. Drop here, not the 5th, but cleaned up by Echo.
Echo doing
Fourth.
such an amazing a job dealing with these drops. Getting Burrow now as well.
Yeah,
It's going to be so
map
annoying
awareness
with these
is
Lings.
great. Oh, dropping those Hellions right in the middle of those Lings, never a good idea.
Mm-mm. No.
Really, Corliss just needs to stay back right now and just try to get maxed. He's just being a little overextension.
Siege
Extending.
mode is about finished now, as well as Blue Flame. So Corlith may be able to deal with these Lings if he can just stay in this game a little bit longer.
Wonder if you'd see those burrowed Lings.
There they are. Boom, scan goes down. But the cool thing is, he sacrificed a small group of Lings, but he got the majority away. So forcing that scan, definitely worth it.
Oh, look at the drones here, actually. There's only 58 drones, and there's 55 SCVs. There's 176 Lings on the field.
Wow, that's 80 supply worth of Lings for those of you who are not good at math. Wow.
That is incredible.
3-3 upgrades on the way now for jEcho. jEcho has not shown any hive tech yet. No infestors.
No 5th and 6th gas. He's not even mining from his 3rd and 4th gas. He's strictly going Lings here.
Of course, jEcho is going to be super annoying. He is burrowing his Lings on top of creep. So it's going to take forever for these expansions to be taken.
That's an awesome strategy. It's
See,
so
what
smart to
happens
do it.
now is Corlith is going to try to land this command center. He hasn't been able to land it because of creep in the past. But now he's not going to be able to land it and be like, what the fuck, man? And have to scan. So it's bought a lot of time. It's going to force a 300 mineral scan. And Corlith is actually occupied right now by the Lings of jEcho. jEcho's not winning this battle. Well, now he is, but he wasn't. The Lings are literally a distraction here.
222 Lings. He has 170 now. Oh, a nice siege tank.
Uh-oh,
Oh,
lots
the
of siege
siege-
tanks on the field now. but there's not a lot of armor upgrades where a lot of attack upgrades, whereas there's a lot of armor upgrades for jEcho. So the siege tanks are not doing quite as good a job as theoretically they normally would. Of course, these depots are going to fall. SCVs were not pulled in time, and there are now Lings inside of Corliss' base. He's got Lings going into his third as well. No drop still by jEcho. Of course, the fifth has been killed by Corliss. Corliss is on the move to that third. A lot of drones have been Maynarded to the fourth. Still no fifth or sixth gas for jEcho. The natural has been eliminated for Corliss, and he is stuck hiding in his main.
Oh, he needs to lift that natural orbital. I don't think he's paying attention. He's just going right into the main.
Even if he is paying attention, it's going to burn down.
This is a crazy game right now. Oh, if Corliss was up the ramp, he would have an amazing position.
No, but as it is, he gets surrounded. There are way too many Lings, no tanks in position, and the Blue Flame
Oh,
Hellions.
the Marauders are eating all the link shots. That's why you need Banelings.
Ouch. Uh-oh, so this is looking very scary now for jEcho. He's 31 supply behind.
Literally, all he has to do is kill the spawning pool and it's game over. It's actually game over right now, actually.
Spawning pool is being remade in the fifth base.
Looks like he's gonna drop his first game.
Uh-oh. Corliss here to defend his legacy. I love it.
Oh yeah, NMX pride, baby.
Taking a game off jEcho. Now, jEcho has got creep in his opponent's fourth base. Ouch.
Now, he still can't land those command centers. He really needs to do that.
I think it's kind of premature to count jEcho out of this game. He has the upgrades he wants. He's shown that he's happy making
but he
nothing
has
but
no
links.
spawning pool and no larva.
Well, he
Only
just
has
finished his
larva.
spawning pool. He just finished his spawning pool. He's got 2 hatch, a macro hatch, 3 hatch, 4 hatch. He's on 4 hatches. He's got some queens. He's got all the upgrades he wants. He has no need for gas, and he's got plenty of mineral income.
Well, these lings are gonna pop out right on top of this army, so it's not gonna do too well.
Scary, scary. But there's a huge swarm of lings just waiting.
Yeah, but you also have to think there's a lot of medevacs on this field.
That's true. Those medevacs are a huge tide turner. Dude, I'm pulling for both of these guys, and only one of them can win.
Alright, oh, he's on the ramp.
Really good positioning here for Corliss. jEcho is not going to get the perfect surround. jEcho realizes this, runs away, trying to circle around, get a better positioning, but Corliss is going to get up the ramp, and now jEcho's trying to get back up the ramp, but Corliss moving back. I love the constant unit shuffle from both of these players. He's leaving.
No. Yeah, there he goes. He's leaving the Marauders on the ramp.
Macro hatch goes down for jEcho.
Oh, he has to be careful with these Marines. He has to be careful.
Oh, there's surround on the Corliss Marines. Sorry, that was
He
Tebow.
has to pick up. You have to pick up. Good job. Oh, and he's dropping them on the low ground.
Oh, this is a really abusive play by Corliss. Hanging on by the skin of his teeth is jEcho. Corliss has a much better.
He really does not want to leave this game. He wants to win.
I can't
That's the
blame him.
determination you need at GM. Never surrender.
Never give up, never surrender.
Quickly sniping that spine crawler, getting in an amazing position with his Marines and Marauders. There's no way the Lynx can break through this.
Medevacs need a unit's saved count.
So quickly. So quickly.
GG. jEcho dropping his first game of the night. I am proud.
I'm very proud too.
Alright, so let's get him back into the call and rub it in his face a little bit.
I think he's gonna open up with a giggle. He's gonna be like,
What's up,
What's up?
jEcho? How you doing, man?
Hey, that's alright.
Oh, so, tell me about last game.
it had to
Zerglings
happen
aren't.
sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, true story, man. Pure Ling, what was the reasoning behind that? I noticed you switched it up. That was pretty cool. You were doing 3-3 fast adrenal glands. You had drop in position, but you didn't really use it. So
Yeah, I never got a chance to use the drops.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, usually, well, it's hard to do that when they continue making Hellions.
Ah.
Because the blue flames, even once you're 3/3 Agena glands, you can't get enough surface area on the ball to kill it anymore. But
I got you, man. So, what do you think you could have done better last game?
made anything that wasn't a Zergling.
Yeah.
Yes, any amount of... I had 1700 gas, I just wanted to see if I could use just the lings.
Ah. Okay. Okay. So
So,
you might have underestimated your opponent a little bit.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, apparently you guys have played on ladder before because he's talking to me right now and he's just like on ladder, building anything other than a Zergling is impossible for him.
No, I only do that when I feel like my opponent is very inferior.
Okay. Okay. So we got a grudge match. Actually, I don't think I told you this, jEcho, but Corlith was on the show Monday night. So
Okay.
he was the first person not to drop a set. So at the beginning of that game, I was telling people that he's here to defend his legacy. So now you guys are even. You could be the second person to not drop a set, but unfortunately you won't be able to beat his record and not drop a game at this point.
Yeah.
So he has defended his legacy. Let's see if you can at least keep up.
Okay.
Alrighty, man. What map would you like? Because loser
Let's
picks.
go Daybreak.
Daybreak. Everybody picks this map. It's such a good map, though. What do you like about this?
The bunker block, if they do it, it doesn't also guard them from any sort of counterattacks, and the map is just big. Like, if he wants to wall me in, he has to either wall me in on two sides, or let me take a third, or block my third and have nothing stopping me from just going over to his base. So.
Okay, that'll work. Now, I'm about ready to get this started. Carl is inviting me to the game, so looks like we're about ready to get this ball rolling. Carl, do me a favor and make me ref.
Alright, I'm up. No.
Okie doke. Where is Mr. Corlith?
Oh. He doesn't sing it. We sing it to him.
Uh-huh. I just want to know the lyrics.
Team secret, man.
Team secret. Let's see if he leaks.
Motivational song. Sing it to him before he all kills.
Okie dokie. We are on Daybreak Ladder Edition. I'm French today, guys. Alright, we got it ready from both players. Game number 2. Go, go. So, what are your thoughts this game? Obviously, you're not making any lings at all, ever.
No, it's not that. I'll just make something to go along with them.
Okay, alright. Well, I will enjoy watching you make something. Good luck, man.
Thanks.
Alright, so we're about to have game 2 of this best of 3 series. Currently, jEcho just lost his first game, so he is down 0-1 to our player NMX Corlith. This is going to be game 2 on Daybreak, and it is TVZ.
Dude, does... Jerk. jEcho does not know how to pick the same color twice in a row, does he? Okay, I finally got the colors figured out, guys. I'm obsessive compulsive. It does not get any worse than this. Alright, so here on the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have the shining, purple, awesome Terran. It's Corlith. And on the top right-hand side of the map, we have the blue Zerg. He's a loser. He is the loser from the last game, but he's awesome. He is our guest for the night, and a very welcome guest at that. It's jEcho. Okie doke, TVZ, Daybreak. Dude, I love this map. This map is so hard for Terran to wall off their natural. Either they put a bunker back here to without a wall to keep the surface area of the bunker down where they can repair it really close to their mineral line, or they put it up front where there's a lot of surface area for lings and roaches to be able to target it down. It's a little bit further for repairs and whatnot. So this is just a difficult map for Terran to hold in a defensive posture. So it's going to be interesting to see Corlitz's take on that theme. We actually have a 2-Rax on the way. That's his take on the theme. Screw a 1-Rax Expo.
I wonder if he's going to pick up that Rax and send it over to the base right to his right. You know, just pick it up and put it there so it's more of a little proxy.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree with that.
I asked him, you know, will we see his special late game?
Dude,
And he said it depends on the map, and I said it's Daybreak, and he's like, then you probably will.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens.
Alright, because I definitely planned on telling him like 15 minutes into this game. He's not allowed to win this game if he doesn't make that special unit.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked, man. Alright, so he is doing as I say, and he's going to make that a proxy Rax. That special... Oh, okay. I was like, okay. Took me a little bit.
Okie doke. So, we've got the pool finishing for jEcho. He looks like he may actually be going for the actual third base this time, but that's all going to depend on Corlith. Of course, jEcho is only scouting with Overlord, so this 2-Rax is going to be completely unseen.
Well, we do have 4 lings, but, oh wait, here we go, but you have 4 Marines, and then I mean, 4 Marines versus 4 lings, what could win, right?
I think the lings, man, those things are the size of greyhounds.
Yeah, especially when they're only slow, they suck when they have speed.
Absolutely. Now, we do have a command center on the way for Corlith, so he's not going to put all his eggs in this one basket, and hopefully he will. Oh, killing off lings already.
Ouch, 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 ouch. And there's no spine up here yet.
Ooh.
But he should be able to defend with these queens to be able to deny the SCVs anyways.
Ouchie,
Oh.
ouchie. Those Marines doing a good job punishing those queens. He's going to have to pull off with the drones. Very greedy play by jEcho. And
yeah, but he's going to get the SRAM. He's going to be fine.
That's incredible stuff, man. How many workers were killed in that? 1 worker
Only
killed by jEcho, 2 killed by Corlith. I definitely think this has come out in jEcho's favor.
Great hold. Wow. So you just know the important thing is not to freak out.
Don't freak out. Just attack with your drones. Now, he is going to make a bunker at the third of jEcho, and that is going to stop jEcho from being able to put this hatchery up immediately. Of course,
Oh, unless he kills that. Ah.
doesn't even kill a Marine. Poor guy.
Yeah, but he killed the SCV though.
Oh my god, that is so huge. I didn't even notice that.
The SCV had like 1 HP.
But that hatchery getting killed as well.
He didn't cancel it?
No.
Oh, yeah.
That is huge. Definitely working out the Corlith's advantage.
Wow. He didn't even need the bunker.
Ouch.
Alright, we have a factory going down here. Finally starting to see some tech. 2 factories. Yes, he's gonna do it!
Excited much?
Oh, I'm pumped. I mean...
Uh-oh. Corlith did not cancel that bunker at the third, so jEcho gets a free kill on that.
That sucks. Step it up, come on.
Well, we do have a bunker going down at the natural for Corlith, so he should be completely safe if jEcho ever decided to attack.
Should be a tech lab going down on this factory.
Tech lab, tech lab, tech lab. Boom.
Probably
Tech lab.
tech labs on these racks. He's probably gonna assume that, actually, is he just gonna go straight mech? Oh, because I thought he might assume that he'd just go mass lings again. and just go Rotter Hellion.
Okay. Alrighty. So
He,
we do have.
he has enough.
Go ahead.
Oh, he has enough for these blue flames. Oh, look at this. 2 more factories going down.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Big blue flame attack going on. We don't see a Roach Warren out of jEcho. He is getting a Baneling Nest, though. He didn't get that last game, so interesting.
Yeah, Baneling Nests are a lot better than just Speed Bane, so that'll help. But I mean, against Blue Flame, actually, yeah,
Did
it's
you just say a
just
Baneling Nest is a lot better than just Speed Banes?
against Hellions, yes.
Speedlings?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, what did I say?
Speed Banes.
Oh. Oh god.
It's been a long cast, but it's been a really good night of some pretty amazing games. So this isn't a complaint. This is definitely Happy Shaft speaking. Happy Shaft stands a little taller.
This is gonna clear that tower with these Marines.
So we have Siege
JX
mode finishing now. That is huge. That is a big difference in the last couple of games we've seen. Last game we saw Corliss delaying that Siege mode.
One thing jEcho should note is that these Marines do not have combat shield. That should be a big tell.
What is that a tell of, and why?
Well, he also just seen all the Hellions too, but I mean, it'll be a tell that he's doing some major tech.
Okay.
And with seeing all these Hellions, he knows it has to be mech.
Yeah, absolutely. Blue Flame. Blue Flame.
He didn't even start it yet.
Wow.
Oh, he got Siege Tech first, I guess.
Yeah. I thought he'd
Well,
already
I think he might have
finished it.
forgot, to be honest.
Yeah, it should definitely be done by now. Okay, well, the Lings are still not doing that great a job cleaning up the Hellions, but these Banelings may very well do so.
There's those Banes I'm talking
Wow,
about.
those were huge Ling kills there. Let's look at the Hellion kills. 5 for this one, 2 for that one, 6, 12. So most of the higher ranked Hellions have been killed off. Of course, officers are always the first to go.
Sergeant. Yeah, he loves to take this base and turn it into a planetary.
Okay. That serves more as a forward outpost.
Yeah, it's
Can launch
easier
from.
to defend, so
Okay.
gives him another route of attack. Really, like this will just be his main way to attack. The Zerg can't really attack this way.
Okay. Now he is continuing with this Hellion aggression. Blue Flame is now on the way as well as
Finally.
+1.
These Lings are
Yeah.
lined up.
Uh-oh. But Lings are still
Banelings. Oh.
poor Corliss.
See, I told you Banelings are good against Hellion.
I knew Banelings were pretty good. I was just disagreeing with your grammar.
I know, my grammar sucks.
I know. Sucks you the grammar. Okie doke,
Wham.
macro hatches are on the way for jEcho. jEcho is staying on that layer tech a little bit longer than he's shown in the past, but that may work a little bit more to his advantage as he's got Baneling Speed on the way, Pathogen Glands on the way, and he's just getting ready for some kind of mech push. He has no idea his opponent doesn't have a third. His opponent does have a third. He has a Ling on that third. So he thinks he doesn't, but he has no idea.
Yeah. He's probably not used to Terran's actually taking that as a third. He's probably going to be like, what the fuck? But, okay, there. jEcho didn't have drones on his main second gas for a long time. He just put drones on now.
Well, he has shown a predisposition towards not using a lot of gas. He's now going towards Hive, so he's going to need it.
He has 84 drones, so he has a really nice, healthy economy.
Absolutely. He's also taking 2 more gas at this 4th base. So he is about to go into some heavy Ultralisk play. I wanted to make sure the production tab didn't show a spire before I said that.
Okay, so these creep tumors have not yet seen this command center, but once that creep spreads, I'm sure it will.
And orbital or macro, is this going to be a macro orbital or a macro PF or... No, he's just going to take a base there. Okay, awesome. So he's got 2 planetaries. He's got 1 in his 3rd, 1 in his 4th. That third planetary is finished building, and the SCV is getting in a good position to repair, but Banelings make short work of repairing SCVs. Planetary goes down.
Where's all those Hellions? How did you lose them all?
There's still
Why is
7
this tanks
Hellions
way
over.
there? I don't get it.
Don't know. Well, we do have some armor upgrades on the way for Corlitz's vehicles, as well as that +2 attack. He's also getting building armor. You don't see that upgrade every day.
No, definitely not. It'll definitely help for the planetary fortresses, so... But we see... I mean, we see... you don't usually see this. Usually when you see, oh, great Bongo. Usually when you see a Terran going mech, you don't usually see masslings, especially against Blue Flame Hellions, but when you have those kind of fungals, why not?
Why not? Absolutely, man. jEcho, dude, he is a force to be reckoned with. Corlith now, 37 supply behind.
Yeah, not a very comfortable position he's in. It's like 5 base to 3, so...
There's also 4 ultras, as well as chitinous plating on the way. Uh-oh, is that scan going to reveal anything? No, where is that ultra cavern? Uh-oh, now the scan at the natural will reveal. Okie doke. So he sees it coming. Spire about halfway done, so Greater Spire will be on the way shortly. Is it beneficial to do a tech switch out of Ultras into Broodlords? I've heard some people say it is, especially with like the Marauders that we were talking about earlier, or so much Marauders with the Ultras and then the Broodlords are firing down. But isn't it also good to do a Broodlord switch into Ultras?
Oh yeah, it works both ways. But Corliss, I think, usually waits until he sees Broodlords, and then he'll go Ravens and whatnot. So he already kind of has the counter towards these Ultras with all these siege tanks. He has a couple Thors. That's really all he has. So I'm kind of worried for him.
Kind of worried. I see. 3-3 upgrades finishing now for jEcho. Corliss not going to be too far behind. He's got his +3 vehicle weapons on the way right now.
Look at the bank jEcho has. He can reinforce this, like, just remax in 2 seconds. Does he have the larva though? Yeah.
That's
64
why we
larva.
getting it.
Yeah, he has 64 larva just chilling, so...
Chillax and relaxing all cool, playing some b-ball outside of the school when a couple of guys started attacking my planetary fortress!
Oh, he's gonna lose all these SCVs. Oh.
And this 4th base is also not safe. The Ultra is doing a great job just clearing up planetary fortresses off of the map. Corliss not having the army to really hold off this huge number of Ultras.
He's gonna hold it off, but he just lost his 3rd and his 4th. Need a lot of SCVs.
So now on 2-base economy with only 47 harvesters. Hopefully mules are pretty good, and he'll be able to somehow get back into that. It's going to be really hard to make those special units without 3rd and 4th base.
Yeah. Luckily for Corliss, he already made 2 command centers prior to losing them, so... just floating those on up.
And Sea-Chank's getting in position, gonna destroy most of his own Hellions. Awesome sauce.
It's a lot of tanks.
It is.
So we're definitely gonna see a Broodlord switch, yep.
So do you think this is going to play more into Corlitz's fry basket, or is it kind of a little bit too late for him
I
now?
think it's a little too late, he's way too far behind.
Ouch.
Because Echo's just gonna aim with his Broodlords here in a second and it's just gonna be over. Because he has 4 Vikings, I mean, and against 12 Crafters and 5 Infestors, 9 Queens. I'm hoping he brings all those Queens for Transfuse. I think that's the plan.
so many brood lords. There are 10 brood lords on the field with 7 more morphing. Holy but Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Creep
That's pretty
spread
scary.
all over the map.
Here we go. Oh, we got the scan. Nice scan. Here comes the Ravens, but it's way too late.
Corla, go go, you're my hero. jEcho, go go, you're my hero too. Can't they both win? Like,
Ooh, the infestors. I want to have them in front.
yeah. Okay, broodlords are now firing upon siege tanks, causing them to siege each other. I guess Corliss' only chance is really to wait for these starports to finish, get out Ravens, get out Vikings, and try to buy a little bit of time with this tank Hellion force. We have jEcho moving his army back to deal with this, going ahead sending a couple of queens to their deaths to the tanks. But man, these guys are both beastly players.
It's a good plan by jEcho to also throw in some ultras.
I guess that's going to allow him to deal with any Marines that do manage to get underneath the broodlords.
But yeah, and just the tank shots. They have a lot of armor and a lot of health.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And when you have queens, I mean, they're gonna live forever.
You just reminded me of Starship Troopers. Okay, broodlords are targeting down some more tanks. Tanks not even having time to get into position before being rained broodlings upon.
I remember I was on a jEcho stream one time and I asked him, like, how many broodlords do you like to have for NZVT? And he said 16. He does not attack a turn before he has 16 broodlords.
Well, he has 17 right now, so he is staying true to his word. What a conscientious sort of guy. There are Vikings on the field, but jEcho's just kind of laughing at them. There aren't very many corruptors. That's what's blowing my mind. He is doing this on Queen and Fester. Still, that's a lot of broodlords, and there are no corruptors to tank for them. He's doing a complete tech switch into ultras, which with this many Vikings is not going to play well for Corley. jEcho has stayed pretty much max supply throughout this whole attack, so any attack that is getting killed is immediately being replaced by something else. And that something else is, again, ultralists. 10 ultralists are on the way.
11. Plus the 3 that are already out. So he's going to have 14 ultras.
Do you remember when ultralists took like 3 minutes to build?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad they changed that. These ultralists feel like they're getting out way earlier.
It's because ultras are so bad.
That's what they tell me. Now, these Vikings are doing a pretty terrible job against the Queens. So go ahead and pick up. They don't want to get sniped out by ultralists. But this is going to allow Corliss to basically stop making Vikings, which will then in turn allow jEcho to go right back into Broodlords, which he's now getting 3/3 upgrades for.
Yeah, Echo's had a bank for a long, long time. So, I mean, Corliss kind of screwed you.
I think if ever Blizzard tried to increase the supply cap, Zerg would be so OP. Supply cap is the only limiting factor for jEcho right now. Literally. He cannot spend this bank because he's already at 200 on the highest tech units possible. GG now for Corliss. I guess this is what happens when jEcho doesn't make lings.
When jEcho doesn't make lings, he wins.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, these games are definitely going over time a little bit, but I'm okay with it if everyone else is. I don't hear anyone complaining, so let's move right on into jEcho hopping in this call.
I'm gonna grab a drink real quick.
Okie dokie. Mikey. jEcho. You made something that wasn't a ling, and thus you won.
Yep.
Okay, well, conversation over. You can go back to playing. No. What were your thoughts? How did that game play out differently to you?
It was way easier. He tried to keep making Hellions, and when you have something that's not Zerglings, even Banelings aren't the greatest for catching Hellions, but they still work enough. And then he went mech, which, if he doesn't do any damage with his Hellion run-bys, which I don't think he killed any workers at all, it's really easy for me to just go do that, where I pick a tier 3 unit and then throw it at him and then switch. And then if he kills that, I switch back, or depending on how many Vikings/tanks he has left over, I just keep doing it till he's dead.
Alright, that's awesome, dude. Ultras. I'm still kind of fascinated by your usage of them. You went Ultra, Broodlord, then switched back into Ultras. The switch back into Ultras was due to him having so many Vikings. But is there any reason you don't use Corruptors in your army?
With how many... Initially, I had a lot more Queens. I had like 9 of them, and full transfuse on just about everybody, so I didn't actually need any Corruptors. That, and I don't really like Corruptors. They're... I mean, you can use them, but with how much of a bank I had, I knew that even if his Vikings kill my Broodlords, it's not going to happen before the Vikings... Or, sorry, before the Broodlords kill everything that he has. Like, I pushed him all the way back till his 3rd, and then he finally kills the Broodlords, and then there's Ultras, and there's no way that he's mined enough money to make anything to stop them.
Alright, well that's pretty fair, man. You see a lot of players doing like heavy marine styles against stuff like this. My question to you is, how, if he's going to be doing like 2-3 prong drops and pushing you constantly, with, you know, heavy mules and maybe even doing like a base race, in that circumstance, would you base race on this kind of tech? Or, because I noticed that last game, you pulled all your Broodlords back to deal with kind of a minor threat, but in that circumstance, it also looked like you might have wanted a little more time to get a couple more Broodlords out. So I wasn't real sure there.
I actually just pulled back because what he sent, I don't think it was minor. It was about 12 Hellions and 7 tanks, which is something like 50 supply. So I know for a fact, like, he's only doing that because he's desperate. I already have a ridiculous bank built up, and he's throwing away units that might help him survive against Ultras. So, yeah, rather than letting those guys just kind of kill all of my bases, because I don't mind base racing a Terran, but you don't want it to be where it's 50 supply is killing everything that you own, because my Broodlord Queen army is not going to lose any food with that much of his stuff on my side of the map. So I'm not going to be able to rebuild anything. So it was a better option at that point. I still know he's not mining that much. Just turn around, deal with it, and then go right back, and he's no more prepared than he was, like, 40 seconds ago.
Okay. One more question. You've hit 200 supply on several occasions, and I've heard you make kind of bold statements like you never attack Terran, and Tebow actually told me he was on stream and asked you how many Broodlords is the right number. You said you wouldn't attack with less than 16. Is that right?
No. You don't attack until tier 3, but you can definitely attack. I think that might have been talking about versus Protoss.
You haven't played Protoss yet.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think when he asked me that question on stream, it was referring to Protoss. It's kind of different because Protoss can blink underneath your Broodlords, and 16 is a good number where they protect themselves from that. Whereas against Terran, you can deal with like 8 or 10 Broodlords. As long as you have a lot of support, they just never die.
Okay. Alright, so let me get the starboard. You guys can never pick the same colors 2 games in a row. And you literally rotate between red and blue each game. I should know it. Okay, so with you getting that 200 supply, you don't seem to be in any rush to attack your Terran opponent. Now, as far as I've heard, I mean, I may be completely wrong in having heard this, but Zerg will usually get their 200-200 supply first and can remax faster. So what I've always heard is that the Zerg can't lose any time in attacking them because that's time that the Terran is closing the supply gap. How true is that?
Um, it is true that he probably will, or you probably will max before the Terran, but when he's closing that supply gap, he's probably not closing it with a great set of units, whereas when I'm waiting, if I wait, it's because I just want more Brute Lords or more Ultras or more like something really good, whereas he's just adding in maybe a few more medevacs, maybe some Vikings, but 50, 60, 70 Marines, there's not a great deal of difference when you're dealing with that many, with that type of units, so I don't mind letting him catch up in supply if it means I'm going to be attacking him with like the Death Army, where he just struggles to kill anything.
Okay. Awesome, dude. That is great information. Tebow, did you have anything you wanted to ask him before we close on into the next game?
I guess just one quick thing. I see a lot of people on streams that they have like this death ball. It's like Broodlords, Ultras, Infestors. When do you think is the prime time to use that? Like what against what kind of compositions?
I don't like mixing Ultras and Broodlords at all. I think that you're stronger going all the way one side. If anything, I guess it couldn't hurt if you add a couple Broodlords to an Ultraless composition, but adding 6 Ultras to a Broodlord composition is just really weakening it because, like I keep saying, when you get that Death Ball up, they have a really hard time killing anything. If you start mixing in Ultras, your support is going to be lacking, and now Vikings can start dealing with the Broodlords better, the Marauders on the ground, and the tanks on the ground can help more with the Ultras. So I really think it's better to just pick one route and then go with that.
Well, with that being said,
Okay.
I have another question. You went Ultra, Broodlord, Ultra. That seems kind of contrary to what you just said. So, how does that mesh?
I intend on letting all the Broodlords die. It was actually his fault that they weren't dying, so I'm not adding the Ultras to the Broodlord composition. I'm refilling with the Ultras, assuming that, I mean, if he doesn't kill the Broodlords, it doesn't matter if the composition's bad because he's dead, like, he's not stopping them. So I was literally throwing them at him at that point. I don't have, like my 5 queens were on his side of the map just kind of saying, come on, kill us, so that way I can change the supply to something else. Which he just wasn't doing because I guess he couldn't.
Alright, well, fair enough, man. We are going to hop right on into this game. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, so 6 minutes into the game, let's do some introductions.
Alright, well, on the top left, of course, we have our Purple Terran Corlith, who is actually opening up with 2 factories.
And has just finished Blue Flame, believe it or not.
Oh shit, he did? Holy...
Oh, wait,
what?
no. He had Blue Flame, I swear to it. I circled it with the mouse. I swear to God. I'm not crazy, guys. I swear to you. Okay, life goes on. We have 7 SCVs being pulled across the map. There's 2 Hellions there. There's 1 tank. There's 2 Hellions and 4 Marines. There's a barracks. There's Corlith with the creative attacks yet again. His opponent sending 2 Overlords at him going, what the fuck?
I like what he's doing here, actually. He's going to use his barracks, obviously, to scout the high ground, and obviously queens take a long time to kill the barracks. So, and he can actually just repair it if he so wants to. So.
Okay, and with siege mode now, he'll be able to attack up into those spine crawlers.
It is a really big one-base attack, so... do we have layer? No, so... He's in okay position.
Well, he's a little bit behind on harvesters. He's only mining on 1 base, and he doesn't have another orbital. I think those are all going to be big issues if this attack fails.
Oh, he has roaches. Oh.
Uh-oh, jEcho mixing it up a little bit. Okay.
And it's gonna work too. Roaches are extremely good against things.
Well, until the tanks attacked.
Yeah, but he did all the damage he needed to do.
Yep, absolutely broke the backbone of the tank force. Good stuff, man. jEcho always with the right answer at the right time. I guess the roaches are a response to seeing the one base play.
Yeah, more than likely. Well, actually, it was actually because he actually floated a Overlord in, and he's seen both the factories.
Okay. Roaches are definitely getting its mech. He's going to go ahead and target that siege tank down now. Beautiful stuff, man.
Yeah, so we're probably about to see a GG out of Corliss, but he is a really hard-headed character, so we probably won't see it for a while.
Perhaps. There's 14 Harvester lead. jEcho, he's not at tier 3, but it looks like he's attacking. Okay, let's go for it.
Well, if we can get in there before that...
Uh-oh, too many Hellions there. Lings are lined up. Can't go up that ramp. Back off. Sure. Now, there is a tank in position. jEcho should not be doing this.
Oh, you could put that siege tank in a much better position.
Now, jEcho taking a really weird position third. Do you have any idea why he might do this instead of taking the third at the more reasonable location?
I forget what the exact reason is for. I remember it getting explained to me before. I know it has a lot to do just with personal preference, but I guess it also has a lot to do with the unit composition that you have. So I mean, he has roaches, which are really slow. So I mean, to get run all the way down to that third would take a little bit longer for roaches than it would this front base. But the problem with this base is he knows his opponent is going mech, and it's a siege mode mech. So I mean, it can easily be sieged, and there's not too much that Echo would be able to do about it.
Absolutely, especially with these close, tight-knit corridors. Putting some tanks like right here, and then a couple more right here so they can target in. You can successfully back your tanks up to defend each other, and there's not much a Zerg can do against a fortified position like that. Now we do have an Overlord inside the base of Corliss.
This is amazing scouting by Echo, because now he sees a double starport with Tech Lab. Like, he sees everything Corliss is doing.
Absolutely, he sees the command center on the way as well. If he continues scouting, he may... Yep, he sees that this is actually a third command center. Oh, dude. There are Hellions in the third. Those drones getting lined up pretty nice and toasty. 8 workers killed by jEcho, where Spoiler has only killed 1. Guess those Hellions did not pay for themselves there.
Definitely not.
Spire finishing now for jEcho. Is this going to be Mutas? Yes, sir.
Mutas would be an amazing choice.
Absolutely. Now, in theory, Mutas don't do so well against mech. Thors eat them alive. But by going so many early roaches, he's delayed Thors quite a long time. By delaying Thors...
You mean by going such early siege tanks and stuff?
Well, by going roaches, he forces more siege tanks.
Oh, okay. I think it has more to do with it was one base, so he really couldn't afford anything else.
Well, okay, fair enough. But,
So, he's pretty dead. He has nothing to defend against these, yeah.
Uh-oh, GG drops.
LOL. Oh, wow. Little BM.
Uh-oh. 27 workers killed, 28 workers killed. Uh-oh. Dude, I should bring Corliss into this call. I can only imagine what would be said. Alrighty, let's go ahead and pull jEcho in.
Man.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey.
Okay, so, want to summarize that game for me?
Yep, he went for a lame all-in. I saw the SCVs coming, and then they didn't come. I don't know exactly what that was. Yeah, and then I made roaches.
Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Now, roaches. Do you think that forces more tanks and delays Thor's, or was that more of him only being able to afford?
In that scenario,
Mm-hmm.
you basically have, you can make lings, you can make banelings, and you can make roaches. If it's if it's a one base all in from a Terran, you can't really go wrong with roaches.
Okay.
Because as long as you're on a two base economy, not thinking about future, there you could be more, I guess, more efficient if it was bio to use banelings. But roaches just uh, they're the safer option because they can deal with SCVs, they can deal with Hellions, and they won't get killed by, I don't want to say a bug, but like AI problems.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I had made 60 Zerglings there, even with speed, if he held SCVs on the ramp, full position with Hellions behind them, I potentially just lose,
Okay.
which is not good. So I made the Evo Chamber and the Roach Warren because I knew something was coming. He went gas first, and he didn't have an expo. So when I saw two factories, obviously Spore Crawlers isn't going to help. So I just started pump roaches.
All right, man. Fair enough. That was a pretty awesome game. Now, you qualified all that before you went into detail. You qualified that by in that circumstance. Is there another
Yep.
circumstances where the rules change?
If, for example, he went for a 7 racks or a 6 racks, whatever kind of insane amount of Marines off one base,
Mm-hmm.
you are better off with Banelings because against just, unupgraded Marines and SCVs, Banelings will crush that. You can still do it with Roaches, but Roaches also potentially still lose you the game because Marines still have high DPS and SCVs are really good at soaking up damage, whereas can't really do that to Banelings because they just explode and kill everything. So yeah, in that one case, because even if he's got Marauders, Marines, you can just, it's not so much about what to get, it's just, if he's coming with a ground attack, make lots of stuff that hits stuff on the ground. And if he's coming with Banshees, which we don't really see anymore because, well, actually, I don't really know why. But if he's making lots of Banshees, then you make Queens and Spores.
Okay. All right, man. Well, we are going to take a 3-minute break, but I'm going to give Tebow the chance to ask anything he may have on his mind. Then we'll go grab drinks, run to the restroom, and finish up the show.
All right, cool.
All right, Tebow, you're on air.
Okay. When do you when do you think it's a good idea to suicide overlords? Like I asked many different people, and they say I never scout with overlords versus Terran, and then at that game I seen you do it twice, and obviously it worked out perfectly well for you.
Okay, so in a normal game, for the longest time against Aaron, I also was one of those people who just said I don't scout with overlords because it's not useless, but it's like they're pretty much always going to be coming, bio or mech. There's not too many other things. So apart from seeing maybe a third command center, which in the past, overlords were so slow you really wouldn't see anything. So now that they have the speed boost, there are certain times to sack. That is one of them where you have to. He has, if you watch the replay, I kept poking in to see if he had a natural or not, and I already knew that he opened gas, so I was expecting Reactor Hellion into poke Banshee. When I didn't see the expansion, at that point it's more than worth it to just sack the Overlord and see what's coming. If I see starports, I make spores and I win. If I see factories or barracks, I make roaches and lings and I win. The second time I sacked the Overlord, I was like, the game is essentially over. He still doesn't have a natural expansion. He's really far behind. So I just do it just to make sure, nothing crazy is going to happen.
Awesome, dude.
All right. And with let's say you're like VVV rough,
Yeah.
or you're facing someone like that, and it's like a 3-port Banshee. Is it better to get a lot of spores, or do you just get like one spore and then a lot of queens, or what's best to do there?
More, definitely heavier on the queens, but yeah, if you're talking like rough, like three-port Banshee kind of thing, then you definitely need at least 2 spores. 2 spores is enough to cover the majority of, or no, I think 2 spores covers the whole mineral line. At least the cloak detection range goes far enough that your 6 or 7 queens can deal with Banshees. 3 is the absolute max that you would ever need, and that you kind of form a triangle in the mineral line and on the other side of the hatchery. But definitely more queens because queens inject, they spread creep, they obviously fight the banshees, but they also will come in handy if he does, a banshee into mass marine push or whatever. The queens will continue to be useful, whereas the spore crawlers just kind of don't do anything anymore.
Gotcha. All right, perfect. Thank you.
Absolutely. Guys, we're going to take a 3-minute break. We're going to meet back here at 12:50, and we'll be launching right back into some more games. See you there.